Hey everybody, this is Chris. Just wanted to put this little message out there for you. If you need any original Zino parts, let me know. I've pretty much sold everything I have for the Zino Pro, so I can't help you there. I might have one controller left and that is it. I've sold the body parts, I've sold everything for the Zino Pro. But if you have a original Zino, and all I have is white if you need body parts. I don't have any black Zinos. So if you need anything for the Zino, I have it. If you need a camera and gimbal, I have plenty of these. If you need a new main board, I have plenty of these. Every board that's inside the squad, I have plenty of them. If you need the arms, I'll sell you the arm with the motor and the ESC already in it, just like this. That way you don't have to mess with putting an ESC in it or a motor or anything like that. If you've wrecked it, it's a good idea to replace the whole thing because you could have damaged the motor or the ESC anyhow. So I've got that as a whole. You name it, I have it for this quad. If you need controllers, I've got controllers. It's a good idea to have a spare controller. If you've had any problems where you have a problem with the USB port breaking on them, if you've scratched yours up and damaged it, whatever, I have plenty of these as well. So I have controllers, I have all the body parts. If you just need a new top, and that'll, you've got the GPS module in there and the geomagnetic compass in there. I can sell it to you as a whole like that. I can sell you just these parts by themselves. Whatever you need, I have it. So I have so many parts. I just want to sell them and clear out the space. And then that way I can just put that money aside and that will go towards my charities. Right now affiliate sales are they're virtually nothing. Not selling a whole lot of stuff except for like the new FIMI X8 SE 2020. Sold a good amount of those, so I get commission off that. But not really any good deals for the Zino's that have been floating around. Zino 2, you have to pretty much get that directly from Hubsan. So since affiliate sales are down right now and some shipping issues with the coronavirus issue we have right now, just not doing a lot of sales. So I figured this is one way where I can increase some revenue to go towards whatever charitable donations I do. And I've done several donations for several of my members or friends on Facebook for their children's cancer fundraisers or cystic fibrosis. I've done one, still working on that one to raise $2,000. Whatever the cause is, that strikes me, that's where I donate. So and I do recommend you donate to your local children's hospital. The children's hospitals are great to donate to, and you can choose where you want that money to go. And I always choose the free care fund. That way anybody that doesn't have good insurance or any insurance at all, their care is paid for, and that's a lot less worries for the families. So I highly recommend you do that, and the funds from things like this on my channel go towards that as well. That's my favorite charity. So but the only thing I'm not selling is I'm not selling batteries, props. I'm not selling the ribbon cables for the gimbals, things like that. If you need a whole camera and gimbal because yours is damaged or broken, I have it. If you need just the camera module inside because yours is out of focus and you can't get it in focus when you take it apart and have to do that focal adjustment, you can just buy the whole new gimbal and replace it. Some may or may not need a ribbon cable for the gimbal motor. All the camera cables, I guarantee you, are good. Some of the ribbon cables are not. The ones I've determined are not good, I've gone ahead and just taken them off, so there's no mistaking that it definitely needs a ribbon cable as well. But those cables are only 10 bucks. So you'll get this a lot cheaper from me than you will from Hubsan, and probably a lot faster too, especially if you live here in the States. Generally, you'll get it in 2 days. You're going to save more money on items like this if you buy them from me than you will from Hubsan. You'll save money on these if you buy them from me than you will from Hubsan, because it's already got the antenna in it. It's already got the motor and ESC wires in it with the motor and the ESC built into it. So you're all set there. You have a full, complete arm. If you need body parts, I have all the body parts. So like I said, I have a whole bunch of arms. I have the main frame body I can sell you. If you just need the top plate or you need that little button, I have that. Every board that is inside the Zino, I have it. So just putting that out there. I have, when I say an abundance of parts, I have a ton of parts, and that's all due to people who have crashed. Like this arm here, this one needed a new arm, and he needed some body work as well, and the price that I was quoting him was cheaper than anything he would buy from Hubsan. He just decided it wasn't worth putting that money into, so he donated his quad. And that's what a lot of people do. If it's just not worth fixing to them, they'll just say keep it, use the parts, help somebody else, and that's what I do. But I have more parts than I will ever use. I work on a ton of these. I work on so many Zino's, but I have more parts than I will ever replace. So it's best just to sell them and raise the revenue to put towards my charities, like I said. So whatever you need, I've got all the parts and a whole lot of them. And again, I'm not selling things like the ribbon cables. You can get those for $10 at AliExpress. I think Banggood and everybody has them now too. I'm not selling props. I'm not selling batteries. So I'll put a link to my Facebook down below where you can contact me through Messenger on Facebook. You can email me. That's probably the worst way to get a hold of me, because I do not respond quickly to email. I need to create a separate email account is what I need to do, and make it just for something like this, and then that way I'll respond quicker. But right now my email is the same as my YouTube email, so every notification I get for subscribers and messenger comments from them, it all goes to that account. So a lot of email gets on top and below your email. So I'll put my email address in there as well, but I will warn you that's probably the worst way to get in touch with me. So if you do not have Facebook and you have no other ways of getting a hold of me, it's best that you leave a comment down below and then tell me you're going to email me, and I'll look for that email. And the ultimate perfect way to contact me is straight through Facebook, and I'll put that link down below as well. So I don't have a price list or anything for you on this. I will just say they'll be the same price as Hubsan and some things, and then some things will be a great savings, like something like this will be, I'll sell it much cheaper than they will. Buying a complete arm with the motor ESC and the motor bell or the cap lampshade, already on it, all ready to go, stuff like that's where you're going to save your money. So it's a good idea to just, buy and stock up on stuff. You want a spare controller, I have plenty of controllers. You can just keep one as a spare. It's also good if you don't like the amount of battery time you have on a charge and you want to have a second controller with you that's fully charged, then you have two fully charged controllers. That's what I do with my Zino 2. With my Zino 2, I get 3 flights. If I want to do anything more than that, I can just pull out another controller, bind it to the quad, and then I can get more flights out of it. So plenty of controllers, you name it, I got it. So just putting that word out there. And as always, I encourage you, do it yourself. If you can't do it yourself, you can send it to me. I work on a ton of these. If you take all the Zino's and the 501s, I've done way over 100 quads. Just the Zino alone, definitely over 70 of just the original Zino. I haven't had to work on a lot of Zino Pros at all, because that, to me, that so far has been the most dependable out of the three Zinos. The Zino 2 is the newest. It hasn't been around a long time, and I've already worked on too many of them. So, and I've got one down here that's crashed that needs new legs and some other parts. So, I think I'll probably be building up some parts on the Zino 2 before long. So give me about 6 months and I might have some Zino 2 parts as well. But again, always encourage you, do it yourself. That's why I do all these how-to videos. I have a Facebook group. A lot of people in that Facebook group. It's strictly a Hubsan Facebook group. And it's called Hubsan QC Help and Support. And you can go there. You can get your troubleshooting. And if you figure, hey, I need a new board, then you can just contact me and I'll send you a new board. So there's all kinds of resources through me by my channel, my Facebook groups. And if you just want to join a Facebook group that covers all quads and you want to share your experience with your other quads or talk about the new quads coming, I have another group called QC Drone Home. And I'll put a link to that as well. Feel free, come join us and interact in that group as well. And I have RC Hobby Shopper, where you can buy stuff from Banggood, GearBest, DJI, and use my affiliate links. And like I said, everything I generate from my channel goes towards charity. So I think that covers it all. I've got it all. Again, I'm not selling ribbon cables, I'm not selling batteries, I'm not selling props, things like that. If you need spare gimbal covers, I have those. I'm not selling the gimbal calibration tool, anything like that. So I'm sure this type of video is going to bring a ton of comments. So if you need something, just be clear in it, and please pay attention to this whole video and don't send me a bunch of messages asking me if I have ribbon cables, because I've repeated that I do not have ribbon cables. So I order those and keep them for myself because I work on so many of these, and that's one of the biggest problems, and I need those every time. So I don't want to be short-handed on them. All right, that's it. So just want to thank everybody for watching, and consider what I have to offer here. And as always, hit that bell for future content. Hit subscribe if you're new to my channel, and thumbs up on your way out, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.